What's up, everyone? Welcome to the most real podcast you'll ever listen to. This is Unpolished, told by KirkSlay, and I am GlamSlay.
And this is Kirk, and man, are we back, and does it feel good to be back?
Oh, I'm ready for it.
Season 2, y'all. We are here.
Season 2!
Live in full effect.
It's May. Happy May. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
No, I mean, Mental Health Awareness Month. We have a lot of stuff to talk about this month.
And wait, hold on. It's my birthday month.
Birthday month.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Lots of good stuff. And I'm not going to lie, Kirk. I'm on one today. I am hyped to talk about this episode.
Oh, yeah. No, it feels good to be back. I know this one's going to be a scorcher, per usual.
I feel like I need to give the disclosure.
Oh, yeah.
If you're easily offended, this is not the one.
This one's definitely not the one.
Because I'm just like wired for sound.
Yeah, I can kind of feel that. I can sense it through the phone.
But I feel like you have an unfair advantage because you know the backstory of all my pent up conversation and everything I need to air out.
Not everything, but some things. I get a whiff of it here and there.
Meanwhile, he shuts off his phone so he doesn't get any more texts or calls from me.
It's like, save it for Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, I'm here and I have a lot to unleash.
Yeah. It's
Unpack.
Gonna be, episode 1, we back. Season 2, episode 1. So we had to come with a banger.
Yeah, we got some fire. But here's the thing. Had it not been for the last couple weeks' turn of events, this probably wouldn't have been the first episode because I think we had originally planned it to go differently. But I am so this is needed.
But it definitely flows and goes with mental health awareness month.
For sure.
So, we're not getting on off topic or anything like that. We're definitely going to talk about protecting your peace. I'm a firm believer. You have to protect your peace, your energy, that space. No, yeah, and actually the definition of leading into that, definition of protecting your peace means caring for and safeguarding your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual self in the ways that you define for yourself. You bring up a really good point, and this is totally off the cuff. So, guys, I want to preface, we don't rehearse this stuff. This is unfiltered, unpolished, so appropriate for the title of our pod. You bring up a really good point of I had no idea how much protecting your peace and the triggers, right? What things actually trigger your mental health. Right. I've gone through it the last couple weeks of this roller coaster of really feeling, and I don't know if it's just because I'm emotional because I'm turning 40 and it's like a big milestone birthday and I have all these things spinning in my head. 40 to new 30. Here we go again with this. It's not. It is though. It's not. What do you mean? How do you figure? You going to the club, right? You gonna have some tequila. I don't go to the club. What club do I go to? You better have some tequila. When you see me in a club, some drinks. When's the last time you see me in a club? You better be lit. Yeah, 40 new 30. Yeah, okay. You hit the gritty? What? You hit the gritty? What the hell is that? I don't even know what he's talking about. What? I feel like I heard my kid say that before. I'm sure. I think he said it to me. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to go Google it. Anyways. All right. So, Kirk, hit him with our topic of the day. Yeah. It's definitely protecting your peace, falls in line with all that self-care and really just protecting your mentals, man. And but I want to No, elaborate. I know we're going to elaborate into it, but, just removing yourself from situations that compromise your peace, and it's a scorcher. So, I guess we could segue into the first question. Well, I want to preface this is we're going to talk today, not just about protecting your peace, but how do you protect your peace and guard it from toxic relationships? Right. And I want to be really clear that a toxic relationship isn't always intimate. It can be your family. It could be your friends. It could be coworkers. It could be any kind of relationship. Right. Yeah. You got to protect your peace, man. it's usually from the people, like the people closest to you are the ones that be throwing off your piece. But we'll get into. I digress. Right, we're gonna get into it. So GlamSlay, have you ever witnessed a toxic relationship or been in a toxic relationship as, lovers, as friends, as family members?
Yes. I mean, yeah, I hate to say it, but I've been in several. I know that that's really terrible, but I'm older, right? And so I'm not going to get too much into, I respect my son's dad very much. And so I'm not going to get heavy into that, even though this is unpolished, but I am respectful. I don't think that that was the healthiest relationship. And we were in it for a very long time, over a decade. And so it takes a very strong person to acknowledge that and to, I think we both did, but to walk away from it, right? And to protect your peace and to understand that, toxicity is, how do you say that?
Toxicity?
Yes, thank you. It's not healthy, right, for anyone. And so, so I guess from an intimate relationship, that definitely, I experienced it, but I've experienced it more so within the friend circle, the coworker circle.
Yeah.
I have this like mother hen personality of I want to take care of everyone. I want to support everybody. But to your point, your enemy is never the one that's going to pull the trigger. It is always the person closest to you.
You know who your enemy is.
1,000%. And so I'm learning. My circle is small, man. Like it's getting smaller and smaller. I know so many people, but the people that I want to sit at the table with, that table is small as hell.
Right.
And I'm happy that way.
I mean, it might. I personally think as I get older, it's better that way.
Yeah, but I also think, I think I talked about in previous pods that we've done that I had a falling out with one of my very dear friends, and the turn of events that I've gone through in the past couple of weeks, it makes me really miss that, right? Because I feel like that relationship was worth salvaging, right? And you see people do you dirty, and it's just like, wow, who are you to do me dirty, right? And so it's the genuine relationships that you miss and you wish you could salvage. And then I look at people like you and I, right? We've been besties for a long time.
Yeah.
And you've never switched up on me. We fight like cats and dogs. I mean, we have gone at it like with the best of them. And we throw words and daggers and
just trying to stay sucker free in Atlanta lollipops.
Here we go again. Okay, enough. This is why we argue. But I think about that, and those kind of relationships, the relationship like you and I have, are very hard to come by, right? Because you can't trust people. People are dirty. They're just downright, like, everybody's out here for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to be a real one.
It does. And the people that you think, I mean, I've watched you go through success. I've watched you go through some hard times. But you've never switched up on me, right? It's never been a question of where your loyalty was. You've always, it's ride or die, right? Yeah. Like,
I've always been loyal to a fault, though. That's my problem.
That's what's happening to me now.
I'm loyal to a fault, so I go down. I'll go down with the ship. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to the end. For the people that I love, the people that I'm friends with. I'm just. I mean, we can get into a fight and we'll fight it out, and I'll take a L with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of person I am.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But like I'm telling you, I've seen some really shady shit in the last couple weeks, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this is why I have a cold heart, right? Like I always say, black's my favorite color because it's the color of my soul. That is not a lie. Like. Age and time and the dirty shit people do makes you a cold human, right? And it makes you not want to trust people. And I've been loyal to a fault like you. And I'm learning my lesson more and more, right, as I get older. And it makes me not want to let guards down and not,
It's that,
no new friends.
it's that crabs in a barrel mentality. You know what I'm saying?
What is
you ever
that?
heard of that?
No.
The crabs in a barrel mentality, like you ever put crabs in a bucket, right? They're trying to get out, but they'll climb on top of on each other.
Sell your mother for $1.
But as they're climbing to the top, the other one's clawing them back down because they don't want them to win.
Yeah.
You know, that crab in the barrel mentality, just trying to get ahead.
It's crazy.
They'll pull you down to try to get ahead. Yeah.
But it's the people that you never think.
Toxic. That is toxic, and you never think it's gonna be. You never think it's gonna be the ones that are closest to you, or the ones that you help pave the way for, or you help them out when they were at their lowest. But the craziest thing is just that people will always show you who they are. They always will show you who they are. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be 2 months from now. But it could be 10 years from now. But they're gonna show you who they are, especially when they get put in a tight spot. And that's why you gotta and it's tough because you can't always obviously you and I know we definitely think we're pretty good judges of character, but some people they just so fake that they could hide it, and then but they show you though.
Yeah, those people that everything's been handed to them in life. My favorite people. We've talked about this.
The handouts be killing me now.
They forget where they came from, right? Like, don't ever. What do they
well,
say?
Where did they come from, though?
Who knows?
The ones that caught the handout. Where did they come from?
I don't even want to know.
If someone's been handed something their whole life, where did they come from? They came from it. They came from the land of milk and honey already.
Yeah.
So the second that they're not being handed something, they find that other person who was handing them something, and they bite the hand that feeds them.
Yeah, I think I'm having a hard time because I'm a really strong chick, but this stuff that has gone on as of late, I'm bothered by it. It's affecting my headspace and my mental well-being because I just can't fathom how someone can behave that way, and it's toxic. And that's really why I wanted to talk about this, because I think that, we're going to talk a lot about PTSD and anxiety and depression and all of that, because it's all things that consume mental health awareness. But I thought this was so important because no one ever talks about or talks enough about protecting your peace and what to do.
In a toxic relationship, can give you those types of feelings too. And then you might have PTSD from a toxic relationship, not wanting to trust somebody, things like that.
Well, so how about you, Kirk? Have you ever witnessed or been in a toxic relationship?
Oh yeah, I've been in a toxic relationship. I've been in one that was super toxic. It was for a while. Taught me a lot. Made me cold.
Yeah.
Actually, but it taught me one of my I guess it could be a really good trait, or you could deem it as a negative trait. I think it's just a nice self-protection type, but I cut people off super easy.
Snip, snip.
I can cut somebody off easy, like it's nothing. Like you would one day we're talking, and the next day you'll never talk to me again, and it doesn't, and that shit doesn't even affect me anymore. I
think that's why we get along so well. It's so frightening.
Yeah, but yeah, I was cheated on back in the day. It is what it is.
Yikes.
Found out the hard way.
I feel like this is a whole other episode.
One of my friends. It was one of my friends too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It'd been a couple of times, but I didn't know until.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know the first time
till later. Let's save this for June. This is mental health.
Yeah. But no, it was toxic because then kept going back and forth.
Well, then you not only lose your chick, you lose your friend.
Yeah.
That's a whole ordeal.
Yeah. It's kind of wild, but yeah, it was toxic. But but the thing is, you learn from things like that too. So like I said, then I got the coping mechanism where now I'll cut anybody off quick. The moment that you do me wrong, it's over with.
Yeah.
So you don't want to cross me no more.
Well, you can put your scissors away because you ain't ever cutting me off, bro. Just playing. I would never do anything that to you.
Wild.
You could probably run someone over and I'd be like, what bus? What car? He didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not his whip.
That's not his license
That's not
plate.
his car. I don't know what you're talking about. So who ran that person over?
Yeah. I didn't see shit.
But yeah, toxic. But I'm trying to think. Friends, toxic with friends.
I have a question for you. Hold on, you just triggered something. What do you think is worse? A toxic relationship that you're in intimately or someone that's your friend? What impacts worse?
I think it depends, like, what state. Well, from a relationship wise, I think it depends on what stage you're in of that relationship. Like, are you married with that person? Like, if you're married, like, you made a vow, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're married and you're doing some wild stuff, like, you made a vow. That's a vow before God.
Is it bad that I think that the traditional vows should be banned and that there should be a whole set of real ass vows that relate to real ass things in life that you're going to go through?
I mean, yeah, you could change your vows, can't you?
Well, I think they have the whole thing where you can say your own, but I think the church should change the vows. Like, are you going to ride out for this person?
You're going to have to talk to a couple people about that one.
I'll talk to God. I speak to him often. I'll let him know.
But, dang, I lost my train of thought. Where was I at?
Sorry.
What's I talking about?
I asked you what's worse. Like, you were talking about if you're married, which I get. I understand that.
Yeah, you made a vow before God. So it's like, that's that I
get, but there's a level of, and you and I were recapping about this. And again, I want to be mindful of people's...
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I want to be mindful of, we're not going to say names and we're not going to bring up situations, but I think about, like, the turn of events that have happened in the last couple days. I think about the relationship with my best friend. We never did each other dirty, right? Like, there was never a betrayal. If she called me tomorrow and said that she was in trouble or her kids were in trouble, I would be there. Yeah. No questions asked. Right. Nothing. Because she's never betrayed me to a point where it's stabbed my heart to the core.
Well,
There's been
it sounds like
shit.
that. Well, that sounds like it's real salvageable, though. Like,
I mean,
that relationship is real salvageable.
It's awkward. That whole thing.
You might as well just pick up the phone. Like,
yeah, that whole thing is awkward, but it's made me think about, like, there's never been a betrayal. There's never been...
Somebody got to be the bigger person in that one.
I know.
But we don't even got to go there.
I feel like that could probably be a whole other episode, but I feel like I get what you're saying, that if you're married, it's different, right? Like, you've
well, but I would say there's levels to levels, though, because if you, like, say it's a friend that you grew up with and you got like a 30-year friendship,
that's a lot.
That's like a marriage, is it not?
Yeah, and it could turn toxic. I think about,
could be crazy.
My kid, I think I was watching him play soccer today and watching him with all his friends. These boys are like, they're growing up together, right? They're in school. They play all the same sports. They have all the same circle. And I think about that, and it's so pure right now, right? Like, there's no worried about protecting your peace and mental health. It's all like boys having fun.
Are you sitting there thinking, like, at some point somebody's probably going to do something wild? And
I mean, I hope not, right? But, like, yeah, I think about that. I think about, like, these kids are going to get tainted with real life shit that is going to happen. And these are the moments that you, like, want to put in a bubble, right? Like,
that's horrible.
It is, but it's real.
Dang.
You never thought about that.
Morbid, yo.
It is, but, like, this is real life. This pod is real. We wanted to talk about real life things that people are afraid to talk about, and that is very real.
You just fucked my head up with that. That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Like, I don't have children on my own yet. So
right,
it's
but
like,
what is your longest friendship other than your brother? Because you are obviously you were there when he was born. But what is your longest friendship?
Right now,
you don't have anyone that was like my kid's age that you grew up with. So I got to count now. Hold on. 11 years old. How old are you in 6th grade? 10, right? Or 11.
11.
Yeah.
So, and 20 years.
I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah, 20 years. It'll be 21 years actually this year.
My son's 8. So, like, it's that age where,
Never switched up on me, though.
It's never been toxic.
Never. I was kicked out my crib a couple times growing up, being stupid in high school. And I mean, I called him. My man left. He was at his job. He left his job. Said, "I gotta go."
Yeah.
Came and picked me up. I had a garbage bag full of clothes, and took me to his house. Was like, "Listen, you can stay here as long as you need to."
That's a homie.
Yeah.
That's definitely, this whole concept, right? Like, I think it touches so many things, and I'm sure people are saying, why are they talking about this? Because it's mental health awareness. Like, this fucks you up. Like you said, in the head, it does something.
Yeah.
And it triggers you. Like, I said to Kirk the other day, like, I need to go to the gym because I was going to hit somebody. Like, there was no,
crazy.
I had this
It's
anger
so
in me that, like, I didn't know what to do with it. And I am such...
It compromised your peace.
It did. It compromised my peace. And for me, I'm sure we're going to talk about it towards the end, but the way I protect my peace, I go to the gym. That's my outlet. That's my, I went there and I had the hardest workout that I've had in months because my head was racing. I had my music on. It was... The Future album came out. I Never Liked You. Can we just talk about that? How fitting for my mood.
What's your rating on that, by the way? Out of 10.
That's a whole other pod. I give it a 7.
7? All right.
I feel some type of way. The track with Kanye, the tracks with Drake, I'm here for it, but the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't know. You give it a 7. I'm like 6.5.
Yeah, I'm not sold. But it was great for the moment.
I gotta run through it again though.
Yeah, it was really good in my headspace, and I had it
just
loud.
The title
and
had
it was
you.
Just,
He was like,
I felt
I never
it.
liked you.
Yeah, I felt it.
No, I never liked you.
You're the people that your mom warned you about when you were a kid. Oh, you watch out for her. You watch out for him. My mom's always been right about those people.
Mine too.
I hate
Mine
that.
too.
I hate that.
Mine too. And then they got their ways of letting you know that too.
Yeah, I hate that. And you know what's crazy? Kirk warned me about these two people that this my whole situation is around. He warned me from day one out the gate, and I didn't listen. Gave them the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, you're a nice person.
Yeah. Am I though?
Yeah. When you want to be.
I could be one of the coldest bitches ever.
So then I guess this is probably already yes, but so have you ever been betrayed by someone in your circle?
1,000%.
Yeah.
But I'm going to quote one of my favorite shows, Power, and Tommy said, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." And that hit home because it is big facts. It is never someone, it's never your enemy. It's never the person you think that's going to betray you. And I think for me, this one of these people that I watched it unfold. Like I watched
the growth.
What
it went to.
The friendship that I thought it was, and then you get in a room and it's like, who are you? I don't know you. Like Nikki who? I don't know her. Like I just witnessed it all firsthand, and it's
never
like
forget where you came from.
I can't. And then the other person I confronted like face to face. And I scared a couple people because I had that like the devil eye, like that look in my eye, like I was gonna, unleash.
You had to call the bluff.
I had to, because me, I'm all about accountability. I run my mouth a lot, but I'm going to run it to your face.
Facts.
Because with no fear of what's going to happen, because I'm going to come at you real. And I noticed something that people don't like to be called out on their actions, and they're not used to that because we live in a world where social media, all these outlets and platforms that people can run their mouth with no consequences.
Especially the handout crew.
Yeah, the handout crew. That silver platter.
They don't know nothing about accountability.
Someone else's money, someone else's time, I'm living in my time, on my money, on my dollar, with my hard work. And so I had to confront someone, and it's crazy what happens. Like when I do something, I'm going to own it. If you ask me a question, I'm like, yeah, I did it. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. Like I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes, but I'm going to own it. And it's just crazy to me. Like we need to hold people accountable for their actions.
I had to let you go on that one.
Oh, sorry. That was my rant. Sorry.
Go
ahead.
The mic is smoking right now.
I'm just mad. I just feel like it's, I tell my son, you got to own your shit. You have to. you screw up, you make mistakes. We have to own who we are.
Well, I too have been betrayed by someone in my circle.
Tell me, what's...
X amount, though.
Do you still think about it? Does it still bother you?
That's a good question. No. It doesn't bother me anymore.
But I'm sure it did, right? For some time.
I mean, you always have like those what could have been type of questions. Like you'd be like, yeah, just like what could have been. You can talk about things but no squares in my circle. Best shape I ever been.
Okay, Fab.
So you just, I mean, listen, I was told a long time ago, like, you're not always going to be friends with everybody. Things aren't always going to last forever. And you just got to be happy with how things are and be happy with how they were going until they're done.
I think the hard part about that is knowing who you are as a person, right? Like, I think that's what bothers me the most about betrayal, right? Because you know what kind of person you are. You know your character. And when someone calls you out that, like, that's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah.
But it's also easy to cope with that kind of stuff when it's someone who doesn't know you. But then when it's someone who does know you or been through the fire with you before and things like that, and then they want to switch up.
Okay, I have a question, and this is not. So we're talking about protecting your peace. The person that you're speaking about that betrayed you, did you have other people that you had that were part of the same circle that you still had to associate with?
Oh yeah,
that's tough, right? Like,
you know what's funny? It's like it's kind of like everyone went their separate ways.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like then it's like you just branch off and you're chilling with this one, or you branch off and chilling with that one, and like then you might chill with a three, but it's never the whole full group anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's always one man that's out.
Yeah, mine's a little different because it's somewhat of a professional environment.
Yeah.
So I'm having a tough time navigating this.
My thing is like when it comes to jobs like now, and this is probably getting me in trouble with my job, not with my job, but with my growth in certain positions, because I'm not the kind of person when it comes to work, like I'm not chilling with you.
Yeah.
Like I'm not chilling with you. I'm not like I know you, but you my work. Like I know you from work. Like that's it. Like
well, now you and I used to. I used to be your boss, bro.
It's different though. Like. It's different because like we're very like-minded people and we work closely together, close enough that we did develop like a friendship. But I'm saying like other people so we had that relationship, right, for the just friends and whatnot. We became friends, but there was other people that we also worked closely with that I held with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're from work. Like I'm not chilling with you. Like
I don't. I'm going to play devil's advocate because I don't necessarily think you have to chill with someone or call them a friend. You're working with people very closely, right? And you and I were lucky. We were a great team. So we balance each other out because we have two totally different, strengths and weaknesses, and we complemented each other. I'm mother hen, right? Like I'm grooming and developing, and you were more like, even though you worked for me, you were my counterpart. You were my partner, right? Like you were these are people that I have been a mother to, like, and it's almost like, how do you come back from that?
It's like it's like what I said before. Like you bit the hand that fed you.
It's crazy.
Like I was feeding you.
It's crazy.
Right? Yeah, no, it's a tough pill to swallow, man. But like I said, man, people going to show you who they are. And just be happy they showed you now.
Oh, wow.
They showed you now. And, you ripped the Band-Aid off. You pulled the knife out. Quick, not slow.
I'm still bleeding. It still hurts.
Are you, though?
I don't know. I guess.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell
Not
you
after
the
this.
It's that, but part of protecting your peace, and I'm going to fill in the gaps here, you have to let it out. I think that that's a really something that I've had to learn over time. I'm not the best person at coping with my feelings, and I think that that has obstructed my mental health, right? And it's not healthy. And so I really think it is so important to have a friend or partner or somebody that you can talk to, right? Because these things, you can't let them fester and you can't bottle them up because it is toxic.
Yeah, that's that. I definitely let things stack up and stack up and stack up, and then it comes to the point where it's just.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever get good at that again. Might have to go to therapy or something.
Therapy is very good for the soul. It is.
Nah, I used to go to therapy.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then it started being too expensive, and I had to be like, oh.
Which is crazy, right? Like, that's so sad. I feel like it should be much easier to go to therapy and get what you need from a mental health standpoint.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
What else you got for me? I know you have more questions.
Yeah. No, I did have one more. It's actually a real good one. It's gonna bring this this conversation to be a little more positive. I try to give, gotta get some positivity.
He let me rant and vent, and now he's gonna bring the sunshine and unicorns.
Yeah. We gotta tell people how to cleanse themselves of these toxic relationships, and give them some ways to protect your peace. But before we go into that, I want to ask you, how do you protect your peace?
Yeah, so I think it's a good question, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm learning as I go. I don't think I've always been good at protecting my peace. I think I've been closed off and stayed in this corner and dealt with everything myself. I think having you in my life and as a bestie, you really, you're hard on me. You yell at me when I don't speak up or I don't ask for help or I don't say that I need something. And I feel like that's been a really positive impact on my life, to have someone to do that. But I think, you have to acknowledge a bad situation, right? Like, you have to say this is not good for my mental health and walk away. And that is hard. It sounds so easy to do, but no matter what if the situation, you're living with it or you're working with it or it's in your circle, that is sometimes really hard to walk away. And I think you have to go through the motions, right? Like, you have to, it comes pain, then it comes the anger, and then it becomes the healing. And I think that that's really important to go through the motions because you'll never get over it, right? I know that there are probably things that some people will never get over, a loss or, grief. That is really hard. But you have to know your boundaries and know when to not answer someone or know when to not interact with that person because it's going to be bad for your mental health. The gym, right? Meditate. I think that, read. There are so many things that you could do to protect your peace. Affirmations. For me, it's acknowledging it, right? Like, the first step is acknowledging what disturbs your peace and then knowing how to protect it.
Yeah, you had some good points there. I think that those things are all very important, and I mean, I think we all are a work in progress with that and protecting our own peace and knowing how to go about it. I know I am. I definitely. I mean, I guess now, yeah, I'll go to the gym, but I feel like that's the gym is something that for me. I think of it as it's something that you do after your peace has already been disturbed, and then you go to the gym to get back on track from whatever you had just experienced. But I mean, it's also can be used as a tool to keep you level and get your endorphins flowing and things like that.
Do you believe in karma?
I mean, I do. Sometimes that shit takes a long time to hit, though.
It's takes a lifetime, maybe. Because you and my mom, karma. I want to punch both of you in the face when you.
I mean,
karma isn't working fast enough.
I say karma because, if I were to stoop to the level of action, right, and do what I really want to do, then it falls back on me, and I'm gonna be the one that gets hit. It's never the one who hits first. It's always the one who hits second. Remember, like it's like in school. Like if you ever hit someone, like that somebody hits you first, they antagonize you first, and you hit back, then you get in trouble.
Yeah, it happened to me. I got suspended from high school for that.
That's like, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, that's why I'm always on that. You know, karma. You know.
I know. I just.
You know, I don't forget, I forgive.
Yeah, you're better at that than me.
You know what I'm saying? I don't forget, though.
Yeah, I just, you know, there's a saying, like, not everybody's going to have as good of a heart as you, right? And I feel like I just have a hard time understanding why you give, you're there for people, and they don't do the same back. But it's never going to be that level.
You know, I mean, but I want to say don't let that discourage you from being kind, being the person that you are. Keep giving, keep loving. The world needs more of that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, not everyone has the same intentions, you know, and some people are going to do you grimy. Some people are going to show you their true colors. It's just life, you know.
Life sucks. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But you know, but don't let that that deter you from being who you really are, though. You know.
Yeah, I guess. Makes me question a lot of things.
It's a crazy world, man. It's an evil world we live in. You ever see that? you ever see Future? He says that shit.
Yeah.
It's an evil world we live in.
Pretty sure we both saw him in concert together, sir.
Oh yeah.
That was. Don't even get me started on that show.
I was kind of salty though.
Yeah, I was mad.
Yeah, I mean, dude made us wait forever to even come out. Out
3 a.m.
Jesus.
I was like half asleep on the bar.
But I had to. It was mad packed, and then you couldn't even see homie on the thing either. So, I think I slide homie a Benji to even stand up on the side.
Yeah, you definitely did. I remember that. Big baller over here.
Hey, listen, man.
Anyway, all right. So
don't say that too loud, man. Your boy trying to get paid.
You know, hit me with your list.
All right, all right. So yeah, we got 10 habits to protect your peace and your energy.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
I got energy. I got a lot of energy. Got a lot of people trying to take me in.
Do we have to pay royalties now for this? Only if we play this.
Not because we're saying it. Okay. Anyways, y'all ain't getting paid.
Don't quit your day job, Kirk.
Yeah. All right. And next time on, it's like, no, I'm kidding.
Previously on Ready to Die.
All right. 10 habits. All right. So, number 1, let go of things you cannot control.
God help me.
Can't fret over things you can't control, man.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Do you do that? Do you let go of things you can't control?
No.
I've actually gotten pretty good with that. I'm not gonna lie. Lately, I've been like, hey, it's above me. I can't, Number 2, avoid comparing yourself to others.
Oh boy.
You got anything to say about that one? I'll go first if you want me to.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't do that so much professionally and from a life perspective. Like, I'm very blessed and I'm very happy with my life. I do that more so from like a physical and looks and, oh my God, I'm getting old and this person looks that I'm being real, right? This is real. And so I'm being very honest. I don't do it so much. A little bit now, but just because it's milestone birthday month, I do the whole like, where am I? What is the value of my life? What have I done with myself? But I feel like that's just normal. I don't do that on a regular basis. I do it more so you do it from a timeline to yourself.
Yeah.
A lot.
Fucking timelines.
Watch your mouth.
You're Vino though.
Oh,
you're Vino. Vino.
I think our timelines episode
that's really what
helped.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you have not listened to our timeline episode, go back and listen to that because that was a turning point
What was
for
that, episode
unPolished.
3?
I think so.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
Timelines. That one was lit.
It was.
Got a lot of
It
feedback
helped
about that
a lot
one.
of people because I got a lot of comments about that one.
Me too. Yeah, but avoid comparing yourself to others is number 2. No one person is better than the next person. Everyone is different. Everyone's on their own schedule.
Treat people like equals.
Yeah, man. We all human.
You're not above anyone.
We human. If I cut you, you bleeding red, right?
I bleed black.
All right, next. Number 3, keep your faith larger than your fear.
I love this one.
What does that even mean?
I love this one.
You got to explain this to me because I don't even know what this
so
means.
You have to want it more than you're afraid of it, okay? And so I think I say this a lot with my teams because you control your destiny. And so you can't be afraid of things that could bring you joy, right? Like any path, you choose your destiny. You wake up every morning and you choose to be happy. You choose to go to work. You choose to make money. We choose to do this pod, right? Like
True.
You have a choice. And so you have to have faith that just getting out of bed and taking a step, you're halfway there, right? And so I think that's what that means. You can't be afraid of it. You have to want it more than you're afraid of it.
Yeah. The caption here says, "Don't let fear take away your peace."
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked your.
Fear is a really big thing. That is and there's different fears, right? And we'll talk about that I think more in the PTSD and anxiety episodes. But fear is a very real thing.
I liked your description better. We should rewrite that.
You want me to write it wherever you got this from? Excuse me.
Yeah. Can we adjust number 3, please? Number 4, develop an attitude of gratitude.
You're so good at this.
Yeah. Blessed, man. Blessings, man.
I have to say, I do want to speak on this one because I don't think I'm as good at it as you. I was driving home from where I was when all this stuff transpired, and I kept thinking like, get out of your head, because I was really lost in my thoughts, and it was not good, right? Like I was getting anxiety. My anxiety causes a lot of illness, right? Like ailments because of all the things that I've done to myself. But I think that I started to think to myself that there are so many people that have it worse off, right? There's so many people that, wish they had our problems. Like, our problems are nothing compared to some of the people. And so you're really good about gratitude and acknowledging the good. I'm doing better at that, but I do think that people have to take a moment. It is so good for the soul and your mindset and all of that to just be grateful.
No, no, I think so. And I mean, it's all about enhancing your peace of mind. Focusing on the positive things. But I didn't really start getting good at having an attitude of gratitude until I had that life-changing moment. And then I started going to therapy, and then that's what really kind of triggered that for me. And then, just being grateful for life, really. Number 5, don't be afraid to spend time alone.
Oh. Yeah.
Got to have that time to reflect, calm your mind, replenish your energy.
Yeah, that was definitely
Go for a walk.
A walk, yeah. The gym, a walk, meditate, yoga.
My name is Kirk, and I am 31 years old, and I like nice long walks on
by
the beach.
Yourself.
When it's the sunset.
I hate him.
Nah, but for real, like, don't be afraid to spend time alone. Everyone needs that alone time, man. For real, it's that's really important. I think that's probably we're gonna probably see that come up a lot this month, with some of our ways to cope with some of the mental health awareness things. And
I think that one could be a double-edged sword, though, because as
true.
You just said that we're gonna, some of the topics that we're gonna get pretty heavy this month and share some personal stories. Being alone can sometimes be a little scary.
But I think it's two different meetings, though.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel you. Like the other day, I was going on a rant and I was losing my mind, and Kirk was on the phone and he was telling me, breathe, breathe. Like, you were trying so hard. Like, let's slow down. Let's take it. And I was like, I'm late. You know, I think I hung up. Like, I had to go. And I got in my car and I went to the gym. I did not want to talk to anyone. I needed a moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's, being alone is definitely good for the spirit. But I also think it can be very dangerous, right? Like, don't ever be afraid to talk to someone or call someone.
Ask for help.
Yeah, ask for help.
Number 6, avoid spaces that don't feel right. That one's a major one. That's major.
My blood is already
major.
like, I feel like.
Avoid spaces that don't feel right. Hey, this is one of those situations where it's like, like your mom used to tell you back in the day, like, if it doesn't feel right, leave.
Yeah.
Like,
what happens when you can't is the big question.
That's crazy.
Right? Like, what if you can't? I mean, I guess you always can, but it might be an awkward situation, and so I think that's when you have to namaste to yourself.
But I think this one,
count
like,
to 10.
this one's like conversations, situations. This is what the description says, like conversations, situations, or like if that conversation or that situation doesn't bring you peace and joy and happiness, then leave it. That's what it's saying for that. Like, avoid spaces.
Yeah, I will say this is all making me very selfish of isolating from those situations, right? Like, knowing. Read the room, right? Read the room. Know what you don't want to be involved in.
Right. Yeah. You got anything else to say about that one?
No, I'm good.
Number 7, speak kindly to yourself and others.
I am very good about speaking kind to others, but I am not good about speaking kind to myself.
Why is that?
I don't know.
What do you say to yourself?
We say, like, we said it before, we're our biggest critics, right? I think that's... I will always be kind to others until you give me a reason not to be, and then, you're going to get...
I'm probably pretty shitty to myself, too, actually.
I've heard you do it.
You got to tell me. Not on air, though.
Not on air. Sidebar.
No, but I definitely try to speak kindly to others until you cross me. Then I'll let you know how I really feel.
And I feel like people need to be better about speaking that into real life, right? Like, I'll give you an example. I was at the nail salon the other day. Actually, the same day that I lost my mind, I went to get a pedicure.
Needed that, though.
Yeah. And there was
you just went full out.
I was done.
I need I need a whole reset.
Listen, if Fendi and Gucci and Louis Vuitton were not far away, it would have been a wrap. I would have been in my car buying a whole new wardrobe. No, but for real, I was in the nail salon and there was a girl in there. This girl was on point. Like, she had the sunglasses. She had probably just got Botox, had some lip fillers. I mean, she was looking to the nines. Had the whole outfit, and I was looking at her and I was like, dang, this girl has got it, right? Like, wow, bravo. Like, give this girl credit. And had she been sitting next to me, I probably would have given her a compliment, right? Like, I think it's really important to acknowledge that stuff. People don't do that often enough, right?
Yeah.
I should have walked up to her and been like, you are on fire, girl. Like, you work it. I thought it, and I think it's important to be kind, right? But I feel like if you see things like that, or you see someone, or pay them a compliment, say something nice, because you never know. She could have been having a horrible day,
True.
and me saying that to her could have made her whole day.
Hey, I do that a lot. Not you say that. Like, if I see somebody like some nice shoes or something, I'm like, yo, I like those. Where can I get those at?
Yeah.
I need those in my life.
Every time I go through a drive-through, for whatever reason, someone's like, oh, my God, your lashes, your hair. And I'll be like, dang, that's not me. That's Vanessa. She keep my lashes on fleek, right? But I'm always very grateful.
Plug.
I always be plugging Vanessa. She's the best. But, like, I get awkward when someone does it. But then I'm like, wow, that was really nice. Like, it's always uncomfortable when someone says something like that to you. But I feel like it's so important to spread love instead of being so quick to say something hateful.
Hey, speak kindly to yourself and others, man. Alrighty, number 8. Avoid people who drain your energy. I just hear the Drake track every time.
Oh my I feel some type of way about this.
Avoid people who drain your energy. Yo, you know those people that like whenever you're around them, like they just make you tired. Like you're tired as hell after you be around them. Like you always have that one friend who you can only take for like
in small
an
doses.
hour or two, and then
Yeah.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
There are just too many people that I know that suck the life out of me. Like now that we're talking about it, like that is so bad.
So bad.
It's toxic.
You gotta avoid those people who drain you of your energy.
I'm gonna go live in my closet. I'll see you next year. I should be like the groundhog.
Well, I guess I'll see you next year.
Early spring, everyone.
So the description here says negativity does nothing for your peace of mind or positive energy. Just avoid it and don't allow it to enter into your world.
Positive vibes only.
Those people that be draining your energy, man.
But you know what's funny? We're both very good judges of character. I feel like within 5 minutes of meeting someone, we're like, okay, we're on board. They're a cool person.
Yeah, yeah.
Like right
or
away.
Or it's like I'm cool in that person.
Cancel it.
Like I got this one person who at work, obviously, like we had to do like some exchanging numbers and like that, just to make sure that we had everyone on a running list, and if someone had to call you or something like that. We're a smaller
Can
company.
I have your number? Can I have it?
This one person, like from day one, I was like, I want nothing to do with this person, right? So we had this activity, and send me the number, and I didn't even answer it. Like I was like, that's the number I don't want. Mark it in my phone as do not answer, right? And don't you know that this person like hit me up like 5 days later, was like, you never responded to my message. Like,
oh my
just
God.
wanted to make sure you got me. And I was like, I still didn't answer. Like, you get the wrong digits over here, fam.
New phone. Who dis?
Avoid people who drain you of your energy. I just knew what time it was.
Oh, I'm going to. Don't you worry.
Number 9, pay attention to your triggers.
Oh, yikes.
Ooh.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Ooh. Well, I guess the first thing would be, do you know what your triggers are?
Yes.
So just make sure that you know your triggers.
Liars, rats, snakes,
Snitches and rats.
I recited the whole dialogue to that song before we went live today.
Oh my gosh! I thought I left it open for you because I thought you were about to start going into it, but then
I don't think I could say it on air. It's pretty nasty.
That's pretty wild. I mean,
they'll ban us.
Go peep that though. All right, and lastly, number 10 is be aware of your thoughts. This one says to kind of like speaking kindly to yourself and others, be aware of how your own thoughts impact your peace and energy. Don't be negative and critical. Try not to be too harsh on yourself.
I have a question. I'm going to interrupt you.
Okay.
What do you think somebody can do when they start to have
those negative thoughts?
What is something that you recommend that the minute someone starts to have those vibes, what do? You got to
go to your attitude of gratitude.
Go to your happy place.
I don't believe in that though.
Why not?
Because like my happy place isn't in my head.
Oh, I think we're gonna battle now.
How is your happy place in your head?
Why isn't it in your head, or why can't it be? I guess.
I mean, I'm not saying that it can't be, but my happy place isn't in my head. Like, I'm gonna go to my happy place in my head. Like, how does that make any sense? How am I gonna do that?
I feel some type of way about that. I don't know.
I mean, like, if the moment what I do is this: if I start having some crazy thoughts in my head, right? Like, let's say I don't know, but like I just start thinking of like the things that I do. Like, I try to match my that negative for a positive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for example, if I'm like, damn, I went to school with that person. They just bought a brand new Mercedes. Right? I wish I had that. Right? I say to myself, I'm like, whoa, they probably got a fat ass car payment and
No, thank
I'm
you.
good on that bill.
I know how they feel,
types.
and it is not worth
Because
it.
if I wanted to pay a bill like that, I'd have a Mercedes too, but I don't. So, yeah, you could be nice rolling around in that. Maybe call. Hey, I must be maturing because I sound.
You sound wild crazy. I'm like sitting here thinking, who is this man?
I'm like, yo, I'm cool on that bill.
I caught myself the other day doing the exact same thing you just did because my son was like, what's our next car? And so he goes down the whole, he's like, I think I should have a say in this. He's 8 people. He's almost 8 years old. This man doesn't pay a bill. So he goes on the list of, he's like, the first car that I think you should buy is a G-Wagon. And so I was like, Logan, let's have a conversation. He's like, can we afford a G-Wagon? And I said, just because we can afford it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. And then I heard myself saying that, and I was like, what did I just say?
Yeah, yeah, no, for real. Like, yo,
I'm my mom.
I was like, yeah, I could have that Mercedes too, man. But I don't want that bill.
No. It's about responsibilities. It's about adulting.
I don't want that at all. But anyways, like I'm saying, if I see it, if I give myself a negative, like a knock on me, like I just try to match it with a positive, like, and one of my gratitudes, what I'm grateful for, things like that. Like I see somebody who is working out super crazy cut body, and I'm just like, well, they can't eat a cheeseburger.
Oh my God.
Because they're going to feel guilty. I'll go eat a cheeseburger right now, and I don't feel guilty, not one bit.
Oh
Might get a double.
Okay. Anyway. That's a whole other episode. But no, real talk. I think that's a great list. I think that I could probably, you might want to send that to me so I could start to put some of that into my everyday life.
You know what you could do? No bullshit. Like you could take this, and what I used to do was I used to have like Bible verses, or like when I was going through some things, my dad used to write like these positive notes, and he would tape them to the mirror.
Yeah, I used to do
the
that
bathroom
for my
mirror.
son. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would read it every day. Like you could take these things and like, here, there's a tip for y'all. Just got you.
I think that's a really good idea.
Tape it to your bathroom mirror.
Yeah, or your steering wheel in the car if you drive a lot.
Yeah, but I don't know. That doesn't sound very safe to me.
I mean, I think you can multitask, right? It's better than texting and driving.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem safe.
I really
I don't,
just like.
I don't text and drive at the same time.
I think on the mirror, the fridge, all
all
the safe places. Kirk is out here like being my dad today. I don't know what the heck's happening. When did he become the voice of reason?
Hey man, I'm just trying to help, man.
Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna need that list. But on some serious stuff, this is definitely, this was an intense conversation today. I think it was needed because this is our outlet, right? This is our pod. This is our story. This is real life. And we only hope that we can help people that go through similar situations. But this whole month, so yay for May.
Yay for May. Hashtag yay for May.
Oh. Glam for the gram and yay for May.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you got 2 of them.
I'm just going to keep them coming. I'm just getting started.
That's crazy.
And hey, you guys, May 31st is National GlamSlay Day.
And that's real. That's something real.
It's
that's
legit.
That's
so
legit.
We're going to celebrate that too.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I encourage all of you, if you've, tune in this whole month. I mean, we want you to tune in all the time, but mental health awareness is very dear to both of our hearts. We are going to share, personal stories, struggles. We're going to get very real this month and break it down. So please keep listening, subscribe, follow us. It is so important to keep your mental headspace positive and utilize, different channels for help, your friends, your family, your loved ones. Never be afraid to ask for help.
I echo all of them sentiments, and just remember, if you are going through or experiencing a toxic relationship, you can cleanse it by utilizing those 10 habits to protect your peace and energy.
Protect your peace. It is so important.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Namaste.
And don't forget, be afraid and do it anyway.
And just remember, y'all, ask for help, check on your strong friend, and as always, peace and love, y'all.